5, I was about to say 10, 5 American things British people secretly envy. I'm sure I'm going to get people in the comments that are going to be disagreeing with it already. I see it coming, but it's all good. We're going to hop right into this. Original link in the description. And with that being said, we're smoking all my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats, overachieving, never slacking. We back, and we back with another video. This looks very interesting. Definitely going to be looking at things from a different perspective from the Brits. So with that being said, let's hop into it. Here we go.
Hi, we're Joel and Leah.
And we've got merch.
We do.
Merch available.
So these gowns.
That's some nice merch. For somebody who likes to, travel, go to different hotels and that's nice. That's nice.
Leah Hotel.
Are out now, guys. Get yours while you can because there are very limited
stock. The embroidery is really premium.
Look at that. It's
so
like
nice.
Shimmery gold.
Yes.
And this is super fluffy. So this is like, the really soft material. It's not like toweling material.
Yes.
Go get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
Send us your pics.
Might have to get one for the winter time. Something to be cozy in right there.
Hi, we're Joel and Leah.
And this video is 5 American things that British people secretly envy. So this list has been put together by BBC America.
Yeah, one of our favourite websites.
We absolutely love these guys.
Yeah.
We'd love to work with them if they're watching.
I know, please. BBC America.
Hire us.
It's the perfect collab between something very British and America.
Something very American.
Yeah.
So the first one, which I really enjoy, and we've spoken a bit about before, is confidence.
Yeah, honestly, Americans have so much more confidence than Brits.
Yeah, it's just a confidence to I know we've said in the past it's so annoying when they strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
But really, the confidence it must take to just sort of be like, yeah, hi, how are you? Let's chat. It is admirable when you think about it.
Just because I hate the fact that they do that and lots of Brits do, doesn't mean that I don't want to be like that. I think partly you hate it because you're like, oh, I wish I could be like that.
Yeah,
but I naturally don't want to talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, I wish I did want to talk to strangers.
Yeah,
you know
which is like the majority of British people.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to engage.
Don't want to engage in any conversation.
I don't want to engage. Do you know what was actually really funny? I had a really British thought as I was blow drying my hair today. I thought if hair dryers were silent, hairdressers would have to talk to you more, and that would pain them.
Yeah.
Because British hairdressers, because they don't necessarily want to chat. Some of them do, but the majority are just like, great, now the blow dryer bit, I don't have to talk. Yeah, I know, with my hairdresser, we chat for a bit whilst it's being cut, and then as soon as the hairdryer comes on, we both know it's peace and quiet time now.
Yeah, because otherwise you're shouting, trying to get
exactly.
over it.
Or lip reading through the mirror, so you can see their lips and they can see you.
There's just no point. So I've got a theory of why Americans are more confident than Brits, especially at making friends.
Their childhood.
No, but way back when.
Yeah.
So when Americans were Spanish or British or whatever, they arrived at Plymouth Rock or whatever it was called, and they were like, oi, you, be friends with me. Because they had no choice. They don't have any family or friends. Yeah. So a Spanish person might have bumped into a Native American and they were like, hey, do you want to be friends? And then they might be like, maybe. And then they just get used to talking to people.
Okay.
And then because it's a nation of immigrants from other countries all coming into America, they had to talk to each other.
I mean, yeah, he on to something with that as far as the different immigrants, and we done battled each other. Everybody done had a showdown, a massive showdown, within each other, literally from so much different, immigrants, so much different people just being around each other, from segregation and, Jim Crow era, and just so much to where it's people tend to, they tend to have that heart. You gotta walk around here with some type of confidence, some type of confidence, because it's just so much different things going on. It's a lot of pride. It's a lot of, so you don't want to come off as weak.
Yeah, it was survival.
Survival. That's what I'm trying to say. And they had to trade things.
Yeah.
And they had to talk to people, whereas Brits have just always been.
Yeah, they
Pretty
would
much.
They would just, you know, come out of the womb. They knew they were going to be okay.
Yeah. And you know what? Brits are quite classist. So it's like, I'm not going to speak to you because you're from a different social class. Whereas in America, that doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
And they will happily talk to anyone.
Yeah, the UK is a bit messed up like that. Like, there's nowhere quite like it that is so obsessed with the class system.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very good theory. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know
in the comments.
In the comments.
Okay, so
Yeah, that class system, that's not good, man. You know, there was a movie called The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and my man's from The Matrix. I cannot something Reeves. If you're a fan, I apologize. Keanu Reeves. Okay, so basically the guy who Al Pacino he I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just put it like this: he's a celestial being, and he rides. He has all the money you could ask for. He's successful. He has everything, but he still rides the train. He still associates himself with all types of people. He still goes and he goes to places that you wouldn't expect him to go. Why? Because he's able to learn information. He's able to, when you learn more, you gain more experience when you're around. The people that we call poor tend to be that organic root where everything is kind of, that seed where everything where it blooms and everything is kind of taken from. This is why the more you study, let's look at the music industry. The more you study certain things, you'll see the choreographers for NSYNC or something, some guy from the Bronx, or from this crazy neighborhood in the Bronx, or from over here, because when you come from a place where it's community and things are just rooted in the people, that's where you're gonna get the most, just the authentic stuff. So a lot of people go and they pull people from there into their businesses to give them things to market, cool things. So classism, I don't like that. I mean obviously there's a separation for, if you definitely want to protect your assets. Let's say if you live on a block where it's, you got, everybody's a homeowner, right? Obviously you wouldn't want someone coming through that's bringing in, a certain level of ignorance or something like that, right? You don't want the value to go down in the neighborhood. Now that's different. Some people can perceive that as, okay, racism, and which in many cases it is, but there's cases where it's not. People are just protecting what they've worked hard for. So as humans, we really would have to sit down and really talk with each other and get a better understanding. That's why I really believe in having a round table, and people from all type of backgrounds just need to talk. We just need to talk.
And the next one, which I think we all kind of forget about, is music and like America's contribution to music. Like, they brought in so many genres, and without that, what would music be today? It's crazy to think. Like, you've got jazz music, old school jazz musicians,
country music.
Country would not be here if it wasn't for country music, obviously from America. Blues, rock and roll. I don't know. I guess that's rock and roll. Well, hang on. Elvis is from the US. Isn't he? Yeah.
So I guess it all came from there.
He gave birth to rock and roll.
So what did we have before that?
I don't
Classical.
really know, because like did you watch that musical, Beautiful, the Carole King musical on the West End?
I don't watch musicals.
I took my grandma to go and
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Really know, because like did you watch that musical, Beautiful, the Carole King musical on the West End?
I don't watch musicals.
I took my
something she has said. Hold on.
Yeah, blues, rock and roll. I don't know. I guess that's rock and roll. Well, hang on. Elvis is from the US. Isn't he? Yeah.
So I guess it all came from there.
He gave birth to rock and roll.
So what did we have before that?
If she said Elvis gave birth to rock and roll, that's I wouldn't say that's true. I wouldn't say he birthed it.
I don't
Classical.
really know. Because, like, did you watch that musical, Beautiful, the Carole King musical on the West End?
I don't watch musicals.
I took my grandma to go and see it, and it was really crazy because obviously you've got all of these like American singer-songwriters way back when Carole King like started writing for, you know, like Aretha Franklin, people like that.
Is she American?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like they were all these incredible like genres coming in with the influence of like African Americans and stuff like that. And like before that, music was so boring. Like they had scenes in the play where like what was being played on the radio before these people were coming in and being accepted. Like when there was such a divide between like black and white people, their music was coming in and like white people wanted to dance to it. And, like white people wanted to embrace this music, but it was still seen as like, oh my gosh, like it was still a big divide. And it was a really interesting musical.
My ancestors was always the outcasts. You know, they was always the outcasts. My American ancestors. Once again, though, it's undeniable what was done, though. You know, as far as just the contributions. So I don't really got to speak on that, but at the end of the day, you know, the contributions to music in general, you know, so.
If it's ever on near you, definitely go see it because I thought it was really interesting.
I want to see it because I like all the music that was featured in it. I remember seeing a trailer for it on the plane, and it seemed really cool.
Yeah,
but...
and like everyone in the audience was like, "You made me feel like
oh no, that's why I hate musicals because people sing in the audience. You're like, I've come to hear them sing. Stop singing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know completely. Yeah. Like who sings this?
Did you sing?
No,
Did you? Be honest.
I sat humming it. And it was so good.
You're dead to me.
Oh no.
How does this channel work if that happens?
I'm dead to you.
You're dead to me. I'm not talking to you except in videos. Alright.
So yeah, it says here on the website, they are the genesis of all modern music, without which there would be very little worth dancing to in the world. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Man, I'll be blown away today because it's like, okay, I'll see people who, you know how she was talking about, you know, the classism. Nowadays when I'm on my algorithm, like, cause you know you heart something and you're in that algorithm now. So when I'm on Instagram, I'll see, I mean, people who suburban, middle, you know, rich, you know, so-called white women just dancing to the most just what we would call, what used to be called ghetto stuff. Like, I mean, all the time. Like, all the time. Always something popping up viral. And I be like, wow, that is crazy. It's crazy how times have changed. Because I was born in 93. And even back then, I just remember, you know, like certain stuff was just so looked down upon in society. You know, even going to school and hearing other people tell, you know, it's like they would just, I remember people would say, like I went to a school where it was a lot of Italians. I remember, why do you wear your hat like that? Why do you wear it to the side? Why do you... Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we would make stuff trendy. That's just who we are as a people. We're very creative people.
Brits have taken that and do make good music now, but we forget that it's come from America, and we need to thank America for bringing us such good music. Yeah,
like my grandma always says, if it wasn't for Elvis Presley, like rock and roll would never be what it is. Wow. And like he kind of did bring in like rock and.
I'll definitely give him that. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Elvis, man. Shout out to Elvis. I heard he was doing a lot for the community he was from too. You know, a lot of people like to say he was a fraud, but from what I hear, you know, he was definitely very supportive of the community he was from, you know, a lower class community.
I guess.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's.
It's an awesome video. I'm enjoying this right now.
Rock and roll, pop rock. Anyway.
I guess it was rock and roll back then, but now listening to Elvis, we'd be like, oh, it's just cheesy pop.
Yeah, we'd probably label it so differently.
Yeah. Right. Okay, the next one that Brits are secretly envious of is Hollywood.
I know. It's just the glitz and glam of it.
Don't be envious of that.
No.
I mean, okay, let's like withdraw our opinions
Yeah.
of like when we went to LA and we thought Hollywood was a bit of a dive.
Yeah, apart from that.
Apart from the fact that we thought it was a bit of a shithole.
Yeah. It's just the culture, and like it might not even technically exist, like the Hollywood bubble.
Yes.
Or the Hollywood dream. We don't have a thing, like there's no area in the UK apart from like London, and London's a city that's like a thing. You don't get like, you would never say, oh, they're a London actor, but you would say they're a Hollywood actor.
They're a Hollywood actor.
We don't have our own thing.
We don't.
No.
It's like, oh, that film was shot at Pinewood or Elm Street in like outside of London and stuff like that. But Hollywood, it's like the film industry's there, TV.
Yeah.
I've been to Hollywood. I would be more impressed if I went to some of those castles out in the UK where Harry Potter was shot. You know, I would be more impressed if I went to, you know, some of them cliffs and like I would be more impressed by that than to go to Hollywood. You know, I'm good. I don't think it's anything to be impressed by, but I get it. You know, I get it. I get how it was marketed for our whole lives.
Hollywood actors, the Hollywood bubble.
Yeah.
It's also like
glitz
glam,
and glam.
and we just don't have any equivalent of that.
No.
So,
and it's a really nice aspiration to have when you're...
UK got better than that to me. UK's just, I feel like they just got more organic. For some reason, I cannot think of any of the names right now of like the cliffs and all the stuff that I've reacted to. Right now, my mind's kind of blank. I think I'm just hungry. But yes, they got so much more. Like I'd rather go. What is that cliff? I don't know. You guys got so much stuff though. Like I would be more happy being on a British footpath. You know, looking at the nature. I would feel more. That's more glamorous to me than Hollywood. Personally.
You're a kid and you grow up and you want to be an actor like we did, to have something that's like the pinnacle of your career to aim for, to be like...
And let me just say this, I was an actor, you know, as a kid, I was acting. Like, I was in front of, you know, big stages. I was a Wizard of Oz, I was one of the Munchkins. So, but I just, and it was a cool experience, loved it, but Hollywood's just not.
Like, I want to be in Hollywood.
Exactly.
I want to be doing that. I mean, it's not necessarily my dream anymore, but as a kid, that was what I wanted, and it was nice to like have something to be like, I want to go there.
I want to go
that.
there, and like I want to collect an Oscar award.
Yeah.
Like we don't have the Academy Awards here.
No, we have BAFTAs.
We've got BAFTAs, but people are like, I mean,
BAFTAs are like one step under Academy Awards, aren't they? Like, they're not supposed to be. But I think BAFTA is like a really great, prestigious award to get. And
yeah, you've got a BAFTA, amazing. But
to be honest,
got an Oscar.
That's more my dream now, is to have a BAFTA one day rather than an Oscar. Because I think maybe it's because it's more realistic. And also because I'd like to do something good in my own country that other Brits are like, well done.
Well done, you got a BAFTA.
Yeah, rather than just like going, nah, sack off the BAFTAs.
The BAFTAs.
Sack off the BAFTAs, I want an Oscar.
Really?
Well, I would like an Oscar,
It'd
but it's not going to
amazing to have an
happen.
Oscar. You never know, Joel. You just never know.
Yeah,
like,
it's so true.
I think it's more likely for us to get an Oscar than it would be to get a BAFTA.
It's so true because Brits hate us, guys. So
that's another video. So number 4 is superheroes. Superheroes.
I hate superheroes, so I don't know. As a Brit, I'm not envious of that. I don't watch any Marvel films. I don't watch anything to do with wars in space.
Yeah. I think for a lot of kids growing up, like they're all the superheroes that they aspired to, Batman, Superman.
I understand from the man's perspective too, because I wasn't really too much like Marvel and all that. I wasn't really so much into it. I was more, I guess you could say, I'm not a big anime guy, but I like Dragon Ball Z. Like, I really like Dragon Ball Z. You know, one of my pets' names is Goku, you know, like, off of Dragon Ball Z. But as far as, like, more, like, sure, I'm into it, but I'm not really, like, you know, crazy about it.
Spider-Man all stemmed from the US, right? I'm pretty sure they did. I don't remember any Spider-Man film being... Hang on, the actor that plays Spider-Man... No, he's American. Like, they're all Americans.
Tom Holland is British, isn't he?
I think he does an American accent in it, doesn't he?
Yeah, also it is American.
So they're all American
Clark
superheroes.
Kent, Superman. I did used to like that. I used to watch the TV series Superman when I was a kid with all my family.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Like, kids in the UK have got, like, pyjamas with, like, superheroes on them. And, like, what superheroes have we really...
Yeah, see, that was never me. That was, nah.
...really got that were born here? Not.
I
don't
apart from the
think
Queen,
of any.
I can't think of any.
The Queen is our superhero.
She's our
isn't she?
superhero.
But let me say, you guys definitely have some underrated shows like or movies like Attack on the Block was really good, classic. I don't think many people in America really know about that. It was a movie in London. It's pretty cool with these kids and this like alien invasion. Then right now, you guys, as far as Netflix TV shows, you guys got Supercell right now, which is I binge watched that. That's pretty awesome, for sure.
Yeah. Kate and Will's superhero couple.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know. And the most modern one is The Incredibles.
The
family,
Incredibles.
The
Yeah, The
family,
Incredibles.
yeah.
So it says
I don't know. Like I'm a weird guy. Yeah, I'm a weird guy. Like I like Nightmare Before Christmas and Halloween Town and like those are my superheroes. Things like that. You know, I'm not like I'm Jack Skellington and Edward Scissorhands and I'm not. I was not like I like the superhero stuff. The video games are pretty cool, but I'm just like I said, I'm not crazy about it.
yeah, we've got V for Vendetta and Watchmen, but what the hell? Who
I
are
don't
they?
even
Who
know what
are they? I'm reading out some of the British ones. Dan Dare, boring, never heard of him. Judge Dredd, never heard.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything they're naming right now. No.
Of him. Not a super. Yeah,
No.
we haven't
It doesn't
got
compare to the US
Captain
superheroes.
America and stuff like that. So yeah, I think for young people and who like carry on watching comics as they get older, this is quite a big one for them.
They love it. The nerds love it.
The nerds love it. It says here, the sole exception to this is that we had Dennis the Menace and he was tons better than yours.
Oh my gosh, Dennis
I love Dennis the Menace.
the Menace is amazing. Also, do they have their own version of Dennis the Menace?
I guess so, because it says tons better than yours.
Oh wow.
So I'd love to see what the American Dennis the Menace looks like.
Wait a minute. So the movie with the blonde kid, where he was causing all this trouble, ain't that like that would be like the American version, right?
Same.
Ours was amazing.
Yeah. I used to read those comic books all the time. Dennis the Menace, the Beano. Yeah, or the Dandy as well. That was good.
Like I feel like from watching like American TV growing up, like comic books were quite a big thing. Like kids would have comic books, trading comic books. There'd always be a scene of like kids going to comic book stores.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
We never got that. We just get the Beano.
Okay. Back in the day, I would say that before my time, that was way more of a thing. Like if you've seen a movie, let's say, what's A Christmas Story, or just like way back in the day, like 60s, 70s, definitely 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But it's just obviously nowadays, you know, people just, they don't need comics like that. It's still a big thing though, but it's American culture. But it's just, I haven't really experienced that like that. Like, I haven't seen too many kids going crazy, but that's because I grew up in a time where you had Game Boy Advance SP, you had so much PlayStation portables, you just had so much that was, I guess, taking away our attention away from, say, like a comic book. You know, we grew up with them electronics, iPods and MP3s and stuff like that.
From the news
agents, yeah. That was it.
We did penny sweets.
That was it. One comic book mag.
Wow, we're old.
We are so old.
Like, not compared to our audience, but still. No, but I feel like...
I'm an old head. I'm 31 years old, guys, so I know when I talk to certain viewers, I may seem like I might be talking about the Stone Age to some viewers out there, But it's like, MP3s and stuff like that, iPods. But sheesh, that feels like a long time ago. You hear kids walking there, I walk the lonely road. That was, you wouldn't really see the comics. You see a couple of it, but it wasn't really. But I know in the 90s, 80s, like comics, and it go with the whole arcade comics. That was their lifestyle.
Like, when you just hear yourself and you're like, I'm turning into that person who will turn to a little child and be like, I used to get a comic book from the newsagents with penny sweets. And they're like, shut up.
And you're always like, I remember when a chocolate bar was 5p.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't care.
I don't care. They're like, what is money?
Yeah.
I only know plastic.
They're like, contactless.
Money will be gone soon.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for money to be gone.
Really? It's just...
No one needs it. It's just stuff.
It's just stuff.
Just use your card.
Just use your card. Cash will go.
How y'all feel about that? Y'all want a cashless society? I mean, there's pros and cons to everything. Personally, I guess I'm at a point where I don't care as much, but I do. I mean, I order stuff a lot online, so cards work better in my favor. But at the same time, I also like having cash on me, so I'm like in the middle.
Yeah, cashless society. That's the dream.
Yeah, we will eventually say to our kids, like, there was this thing once, like cash. We'll show them our video on money. We've got a video on
British Money
Explained, and one day we'll have to just say to people, like, these like bits of coins were what we used to.
And they'll be like, wait, what? You all like swapped coins and they all had germs on them because they were touched by so many people, and be like, and that's why we got ill. And you'll be like, we never knew who'd touched them. No. But we just. And you never cleaned them. You just cleaned them. They never got cleaned. It's disgusting. Money is disgusting if you think about it. Yeah. What, the germs? The germs. Think how many hands they go into in their lifetime. It is disgusting. Yeah.
There's nothing more unhygienic.
No, nothing more. Because you will touch the money, not.
Nope, he's right. He's 100% accurate.
Think about it, and then go and eat a sandwich or something.
I can't deal, John.
No, cashless all the way.
Cashless society, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now he's making me think of about how many people use the bathroom, don't wash their hands, handle money, and pass it off, and now he's got me thinking.
The last one is an emotion. It's sincerity.
Ooh,
so how sincere Americans are compared to us. So basically just non-sarcastic people. Yeah. I think it goes both ways. I think it's amazing that Brits have got sarcasm and that the majority of Americans don't, because like we can really use that in our humour. Like British comedy is so sarcastic a lot of the time. Yeah. But then Americans just got that really sincere feel, like they're really feel good, genuine, wholesome people.
It's just see, I always got to say I'm from New York, so somebody being wholesome, for a lot of it could come off as rude. Like if a girl likes you, for example, depending on the neighborhood, right? It may come off as very mean. When the older guys, right, the elders, when they talk to the younger, it may come off as mean, and that's their way of being wholesome. So it depends on what region you from, right? It definitely depends on that. Now, if you go southern, if you go to the south, that hospitality is serious. They're all about that, and I'm like that though, you know. If you go to upstate New York, if you go to the suburb, you know, there's more suburb villages, you'll find more of that southern hospitality feel. But if you're talking to inner cities like New York, just don't expect for people to be so just sincere, and even if they are being sincere, it may come off very rough. Just know that, you know. Just know that. Like I grew up where, you know, some people showing love. It's that what's they called, tough love. That's like tough love, like, you know, tough love.
Yeah.
So it says here. This might be the key to the problem of superheroes too. Oh, in any community, it's important to have dreamers, but it's also important to have doers. You need people who can speak to a higher purpose. Like Brits don't do that. They're not motivational speakers. No. Not many of them are like speaking with like sincerity.
Oh, that's why when you go on Netflix and you see all the motivational speakers, they're all American. Yeah.
And you watch them and you buy it. Imagine a Brit doing that.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
I'm sure they can. But they can. Yeah, just not as like, I don't know. I know
like
what you
just
mean.
A Brit person saying, good for you. Doesn't sound as good as an American, like, good for you.
And just even the examples we've given before as well of a Brit being like, oh, we must meet up soon. They don't mean it. Yeah. If an American was like, oh, we must meet up soon.
Americans don't mean it. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. I mean, they don't really mean it. They don't mean, not in my generation.
Be like, oh, they mean it.
They mean
It's
it.
a little iffy there.
100%. So yeah, speaking in incredibly broad terms, Americans tend to be the people who say, we are all going to come together as one, and if we put our backs to the grindstone and our spines into spasm, one day we can build Stonehenge.
That's
Stonehenge!
Stonehenge!
Stonehenge! Stonehenge! Stonehenge!
That is the most American sentence I've ever read. It's so dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. It just makes us like chuckle because it's so awkward. It's like we can't say it.
Yeah, but we just wish we could be like that.
I wish I could write a caption that was so sincere.
I know.
But it's not going to come out that way,
It's not
is it?
going to be sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
So that's it, guys. Those are the things that we envy as Brits that you guys have as Americans. Yeah, it's varied. There's some like abstract things, some more physical things.
Actual things, some emotions. Let us know if you're a Brit and you've got any others in the comments. And vice versa. Like, what qualities do Brits have that Americans envy?
Yeah.
Are there any?
And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. We post videos every single week.
I was about to say thrice weekly, but it's every single week.
Every single week.
We will see you in the next video, guys. Yeah. Speak to you in the comments.
See you soon.
Bye.
Their channel is awesome. I definitely enjoyed that video. I love their energy. Some people just go together like really well. Like their chemistry is awesome. But if I had to say what I envy, I mean, y'all that's been watching me, that subscribed to me, y'all already know the nature, British footpaths, just the freedom of the nature out there, the castles. Absolutely love the castles. In my opinion, from my perspective, it seems like in the UK, they as far as the artists, the music artists, it seems like they stick together a lot more. Yeah, like so those things, I would definitely envy. You know, being able to go to a castle. I mean, all these castles. That to just visit them would be awesome. You know, and just being so connected to, just a lot of those. How can I say it? The old ways in a sense. Not to say American is not, but you know, a lot of people came over. You know, we look at the Salem witch trials. And a lot of people came over here. So it's like to go back and see where a lot of things also were rooted at. You know, that's definitely something. Just historic things. Yeah, as y'all can tell, I definitely have a love for history and just Britain. Shout out to Britain, man. Just the environment, the land, you know, just yeah. But with that being said, original link in the description. They touched on a lot of topics. It was cool to see things from their perspective, and yeah. With that being said, enjoy your day. It's Sunday. I'm about to go get a nice workout in, and I'm gonna have some fun. With that being said, much love.